Wellness. This is Dr. Christopher Jackson, PhD, DOM, Florida. You're listening to rhinoonair.com, WSPF-DB.com, and I am going to be furthering our discussion of coverage of natural health care. And we're actually talking about health care here, not sick care. So in actuality. So I'm going to talk with Cora with CamCare very shortly here, and we're going to discuss some specifics about how they operate and what the concept is behind this sort of coverage. So to give you a little bit of a sort of a preview, you know, in practice, we have been dealing with insurance companies that are geared, health insurance companies that are geared toward conventional medical approaches. And that means that they're inlaid with lots of different assumptions about how things are done that are erroneous when it comes to natural medicine. So, and we just do things differently because especially in my practice, I'm more focused on the underlying causes of disorders than I am symptomatic treatment. And conventional medicine is primarily focused on symptomatic treatment. So the way we go about things is different, and therefore the insurance doesn't quite match, conventional insurance. And that's why people sometimes will find that some things are not covered because the insurance companies don't recognize them. They don't understand what the purpose of them is, that kind of thing. Well, in addition to the fact that, in a lot of cases, they're focused on the bottom line instead of customer or patient care. And I think we've got a situation very different here with CamCare, and the idea is the focus on coverage of natural medicine, natural approaches to care. And I'm speaking with Cora with CamCare. And how are you doing, Cora?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Dr. Jackson. I have my business partner here, Rui Menzies, as well.
Okay. Hi, Rui.
Hi, Mr. Jackson. Hi, how are you? I want to say thank you for having us, and thank you for your listeners.
We appreciate you being on very much. So you're going to help us clarify this issue and the issue of the coverage and tell us about a different approach, which we've been looking forward to seeing, and being able to take advantage of. So how did you folks get involved in this mission? Let's call it that.
Well, I've spent the last 40 years of my life in healthcare in management capacity and in consulting. And I found that there's a huge gap between what patients want and what is available and affordable to them. And it's very clear over the years, we're seeing such a growth in complementary alternative medicine and natural services and products that there's a demand for that. Traditional health insurance and the status quo don't really respect that. And so CamCare was designed to bridge that gap.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing we need to be doing. So you've got a background of about 40 years in managing in healthcare, right?
Yes.
It's quite a bit. And how about Rui?
Yes, same here. I have about 20 years experience working with ambulance companies, laboratories, medical practices, and I've managed multiple specialized departments, including occupational health, integrative health, holistic health, primary care, and multi-specialty, as well as starting up such practices and doing quality measures and initiative processes. So, process improvement.
Very
good.
So
my experience, along with Cora's analytical experiences and the need for these types of services, brought us together and into forming CamCare.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful combination of backgrounds you two have.
Thank you. we work very well together, and we're very committed to making a difference in the situation.
That's wonderful. You know, this is something I've been talking about for years on my show, the need for this kind of coverage and the problems with conventional insurance. And hopefully we're moving forward. So can you tell us a little bit about what kinds of plans you have and what they cover, and are there different levels of plans and this kind of thing?
Yes. So we designed CamCare to be a community-driven program. So we have a number of initiatives. One is the single therapy, and then the second, the combined therapy. And then the third is going to be our premier plan. And the single therapy plans are as follows. They are single therapies, such as plans that exclusively manage only one type of therapy. Could be acupuncture, massage, chiropractic, Reiki, and so forth. And basically with those is the member pays a membership price, an annual fee, which can be broken down into monthly or weekly payment. And then there are allotted so much money per service or per therapy. Right. So for example, you know, they buy in a one therapy acupuncture plan, and they pay an average of $49 a month, and allows them to have $800 worth of therapy per year. So it's a savings of over $400 a year per therapy. Now the combined therapy plans are in the same idea. They pay a monthly plan, but you get multiple services in each plan. So for example, we have a plan that's called the Escape Plan, which allows you services for Ayurvedic therapy, herbal consultations, massage therapy, Reiki, and reflexology. And each of those plans have different therapies in them as well for certain prices per year. You can just visit our website at www.camcare.org to get more definitive therapies in those plans. And then lastly, our premier plans, which are full service plans, where patients pay a monthly fee and they have an unlimited visit right to any of those therapies. That plan is still not out yet. It's due to come out at the end of November.
So that's basically a quick overview of the different plans. They're each geared for the health and wellness of the consumer, and they're designed to bridge choice. We want people to have choice in their health and wellness, and we believe that choice helps empower individuals to be the best that they can be physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
Great.
But also the way we set up these plans, and going back to why I say it's community driven, is that based on the number of memberships we have, the greater the number of the memberships, the greater the opportunity we have to lower the cost of each of these plans. So we're very excited that if we can get enough memberships to come aboard, they will automatically see that their premiums will lessen year after year.
Wonderful. So as it grows, the cost goes down.
Yes.
Now, wasn't that part of the concept of the Affordable Care Act?
Well, that was part of the concept, but
Yeah.
that's a whole different conversation.
For sure.
Keyword concepts.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
CamCare, just to a side note there, is not an insurance. We specifically made it a membership plan, so we don't follow under the regulations of standardized government policy, so that way we can allow more opportunity and choice for the individual.
Right. And we really, the focus is on our practitioners and our member consumers, the CAM consumers.
Okay. So
They're here.
you have no plans to try and make this qualify for Affordable Care Act, in other words. You're going to just focus on the membership concept and stick with that.
At the present time, we do want to focus just on the membership to see to make people aware of the value. If we see that there's a need to go into public policy in that respect, then we can follow that avenue. But at the present time, I think people need complimentary returning medicine, know that their access is available, and once we can get CAMCare going, then we can follow the other route.
And we're building a community, and it's the community that we want to hear from. So as the community grows, we really invite people to email us and tell us what their thoughts are, share their stories. How can we make this better? What can we do to improve their experience?
Great. So you're going to listen to the people and extract from their experience guidance on how to improve the plans.
Absolutely. 100%.
That's great.
It's community driven.
That's excellent. That's actually part of a model of management. It's called total quality management, right? That's
Yeah.
very good. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So are you going to be, and this, I didn't plan on asking you this, but are you going to be involved in any way in giving feedback on the responses to the Affordable Care Act, in the sense that the Affordable Care Act states in there that no licensed form of medicine licensed in any state can be denied coverage. And yet that is legislated by the individual state government, which stops at, the buck stops at the state governor, obviously. And, you know, being in Florida here, we have a governor who is highly invested in chemical medicine, and therefore we don't get very far.
Right.
You see my point? So have you had any of those kinds of conversations?
We haven't had those conversations just yet, but let me address that. That when we created CARE, that was part of that's in the back of my mind. The reason being is when we created these memberships and the agreements and the policies behind it, we decided that there is no pre-qualification to joining. There's no pre-existing conditions that you have to join CAMCare. We want to help everybody the best way they can and give everybody that opportunity for better health. So there is no pre-existing conditions here. People can join it anytime as when they want.
Okay, very good. So what is the range of practitioners that are covered under this, under your plans?
Oh, we have acupuncture, Ayurveda, biofeedback, chiropractic, energy, medicine, hypnosis, meditation, naturopathy,
Nutrition, personal exercise trainer, reflexology, massage, and we also do yoga reimbursement, Tai Chi, Qigong, and boot camp reimbursement.
and herbal medicine.
And herbal medicine as well. I said that.
Awesome range, awesome range. So
It's a starting platform, Dr. Jackson, and as more therapies come on board and more people are interested in them, we will really consider adding them onto the portfolio as well.
Is there a I'm so sorry. Is there a specific, so there are specific doctors that are, and within these fields and services that are actually signing on to this, correct? It's not just everybody that's within that field?
right, yeah, and Anne Marie's asking about specific.
Right now we have the portfolio of services that we offer. And the patient can actually go to the provider of their choice as long as they're licensed or credentialed or certified in their field. But moreover, if there's any therapy or service or practitioner that we do not have listed, please, we're more than welcome to hear about those services. And if we do find a need that people do need those, we will create a program for them.
And we are building a provider profile that will be on our website. And it'll be growing as we grow, and that comes through the consumer feedback and the provider feedback that we get as we reach out to say, hey everyone, here's CAMCare.
Can I interrupt one more time?
Okay, Anne Marie has one more question here.
Yeah, I'm always here backing with Doc and picking his brain all the time during his shows. And I am very, very concerned currently because I'm looking again, there's going to be this open enrollment, and my husband needs health insurance, and we've still been running behind doing that because everything that I like to do based on whatever ailments I may have are always holistic, and there's no way that any of those plans in there pay for the services that we need.
Right.
Right.
Now, with that being said, though, I continue to, it's a concern, and not that I think that I'll be able to solve anything. I understand where this plan is coming in, and I think it's incredibly helpful. My antennas are like, what? Finally, something that is really on my alley. However, I still have, how are we like forced to have to take the affordable care? So something like this would be in addition to whatever you do?
Yes, but I shouldn't be answering that. Let them.
Yeah, that is true. You need to follow the laws under the Healthcare Act. But with since I had mentioned that CamCare is not an insurance, we don't follow those regulations. But you still need to follow the law under the Healthcare Act. You need to apply for those companies for policy.
And I was
For us, for CamCare, it's a good adjunct to enhance those insurance policies. So you're free to enroll us any time of the year after you have enrolled in your insurance.
Yeah, and I would suggest a good combination, since basically there is that the law in place, would be to select a high deductible or catastrophic care plan in combination with this plan.
Yeah, that makes sense to me because I was just listening to some things, and you can add on for medications, etc. I don't want those medications for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't want the drugs. I don't use any of that. None of that is helpful to me. So that's a very valid and important point to keep in mind, that, I will have to follow the regulations and the law, but there is a way of just getting it at a minimum where, yes, taking those higher deductibles, et cetera, and having it for those what ifs. But it sounds to me that through this, for example, my husband and I both will be able to go to you, Dr. Christopher Jackson, or go to some other doctor that fulfills what we're looking for, and there'll be a relief there of some sort. Now, is this that we're paying, is this a percentage, meaning, well, because I'm a member of this group, do I just pay a little less? Is it a discount, or how does it work?
How this works, how our plans work is you pay your annual fee by month or annual, whichever way you want to do it. And you can visit any practitioner you want to. It's portable. It goes anywhere with you, overseas, here in the country, wherever. If you're on vacation, it goes with you. You see your practitioner as much as you and he or she decide that you need to be there. You pay them normally what you normally would. That's between you and them. We don't want to interfere in that. And then we reimburse you back a maximum allowable amount based on the plan that you purchased.
Oh.
Or 80% of what you paid your practitioner.
Now, we are working also on provider networks where providers were going to be asking to give a 10% discount.
We have a number of programs that we're offering providers, practitioners themselves. One is the community practitioner program, where if they join our network or that program, they automatically give 10% off their published rate of their services to CamCare individuals. And then the other program we're offering, which is due to come out at the end of November, is the in-network provider program, where the individual just pays a monthly fee, which includes all the services we offer, and we pay directly versus having to give any reimbursement back to the patient.
It sounds very interesting. It sounds very interesting because no matter what, right now, if when I go to Dr. Jackson or I go to a chiropractor, I still have to pay it up front, and there's no reimbursement aftermath of any amount. So my next thought is depending on how much the monthly rate is, then that really, continues to, be a huge benefit. But again,
Could pay back very well.
correct.
Yes, exactly. We kind of put it where we can empower the patient. If the patient really is conscious of their spending and who they're seeing, the wiser they become in their shopping and determining their provider, the more money they can actually get back.
Patient empowerment.
My last question, I know Doc has somebody else there as well waiting. How long has this been in place?
Well, we've been talking about CAM Care for many years, and we've been planning slowly behind the scenes. We actually launched in May of this year.
We launched in May of this year, and the feedback from both provider and consumer has been fantastic. People are super excited and happy about us, and we're just as excited and happy, and we just can't speak enough about it. So we thank you so much for allowing us this opportunity, and we hope to see you and speak to you in the future as well.
Yay, and I'm excited about it too now because I had no idea. With that, back to you,
Awesome.
Doc.
All right, so we have a caller, so let me get her on the line and see what kind of questions she's got for us. This is Dr. Jackson.
Hi, this is Jennifer,
Put it to the mic.
and I just want to say I think this is a great program, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know more about it and getting the benefits, receiving the benefits from it, and sharing it with others.
Is this the kind of care that you normally seek?
Yes, this is the only kind of care that I participate in at this time.
Okay, do you have any specific questions for Cora and Rude about their plan?
I noticed, I also work in the field, so I noticed that there's a lot of things there are a couple things that I don't see that would be covered under this plan, which is in which people sometimes need in this field, which is labs and prescription coverage. So I was wondering, is there going to be any of that as part of a membership plan in the future?
That's a really good question. So lab work, blood work, this kind of thing, ultrasounds and so on.
Yeah, that's a great question. And yes, I am addressing that as we speak. We're working on that. I am actually working with some lab companies to negotiate those pricing. The reason being is that we offer a program for a physician where if they want to create a certain therapy plan for them or regimen, they can call us, send over that prescription, or say they needed a person to have, an IV therapy of glutathione, and also it included some lab work and some massage therapy and so forth. They can fax us over that request, and we can manage that plan with the patient directly. So that's what we're focusing on. That's what we're working on. And also, CAMCare is also going to come up with a supplement on their website coming in the next month.
Okay.
So yeah, they can keep looking on our website because it's going to be changing on a daily basis.
Any other questions there, Jennifer?
So I didn't quite get the prescription part. I get that the lab part is coming, but what about any natural prescriptions that people get? Say I'm on a natural form of thyroid. I pay so much a month, and so will that be covered?
That is also, I can't tell you that yes, it will or not at the present time. but we are actively working with labs and negotiating rates as well as pharmaceutical companies for the same reason.
Including compounding pharmacies?
Exactly, yes.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay. And I have a question coming off of that question. When you talked about the blood work and so on, lab work, you said you're looking for specific physicians. Are you just focusing on MDs and DOs, or are you including DOMs and other naturopaths and so on?
But yeah, we're including all the practitioners
Oh,
that are able to prescribe it legally in their state. Yeah.
all right. Okay, beautiful.
And
Sounds,
one such compound pharmacy we're dealing with does ship nationally, so we're very excited about that. So it may be sooner than expected.
wonderful. Wonderful. Sounds great. So how'd they do, Jennifer? They answer your questions?
They answered my questions, yes, and I'm excited for the future of this and what's coming, and I look forward to learning more. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you, Jennifer. Please visit our website. Write to us, send us your email, and we'll keep you posted that way as well.
Very good.
Wonderful.
Why don't you
Thank
go
you.
ahead and mention, Rui mentioned the website address for these folks.
Sure, we're CamCare. It's www.camcare.org. And if you have any questions for CamCare or any of us, or Rui, just email us at customercare@camcare.org or concierge@camcare.org.
Okay. And just to clarify, that's Cam, not Kim. So it's CAM, as in Mary, care.org.
Yes, CAMCARE.org.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for your call.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Very good. So, is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
Well, we're just incredibly honored to be able to present CamCare to the public, to the CAM consumers, to the practitioners. It's something we really believe in, we're dedicated to, we're committed to. We believe in making a difference in the lives and health and well-being of everyone, and hopefully bridging that gap for people who do depend upon CAM services as part of their health and wellness.
Okay, I have kind of an ad lib question for you. It just occurred to me. Say I refer a patient to physical therapy or to chiropractic. Obviously, chiropractic is in your list, but how about physical therapy?
Well, the physical therapy we aren't doing at this time, primarily because we know that the traditional insurance does cover, certain dynamics of it. And as I said, we're still growing, and that is something we could possibly look at.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, it's just not on the main focus.
Okay. Well, you've got quite a range going on there. And
Well, we need to reach as many consumers as possible. Over the years, we've seen thousands and thousands of patients walk through our doors, and we listen to them, and we feel their pain and their excitement. And it's really great to see someone who is incapacitated with arthritis have acupuncture and walk out the door standing upright and very happy.
absolutely.
That to me is incredibly rewarding.
Yeah, it's awesome stuff for sure. So earlier you mentioned, Cora, you mentioned the prices. You were talking about the basic plan, and then you mentioned that at $49 a month. You didn't really say what the pricing structure was beyond that. So can you give us a basic breakdown as it is right now?
Well, there's several different plans to choose from. I can't remember off the top of my head, I think close to 31 total plans between the combined therapy plans and the single therapy plan.
in the single therapy plans, we have the one program where it's the 50% off reimbursement program, and which is you pay your monthly fee for that one therapy, and then at every time you pay your practitioner, you send us your receipt, and you get 50% of what you paid back, up to the allotted amount in the contract. There is a cap to how much you can spend per provider.
Okay, and that's the
Per visit.
$49 a month, right?
Combined on the multiple therapy plans, we have a 50 or 80% program. So based on what you pay a month on the 50 or 80%, you can either get 50% back of what you paid for that practitioner service, or you can get 80% back of what you paid. So right now, those are the three programs we're operating.
Oh, I see. So the 50% or 80% with multiple therapies. And what's the base cost, say, on the 50% for the
The 50% for the multiple therapy program on the least expensive plan we have is $39 a month, and it provides 5 different services.
I see.
And we also have a partner plan that can be for families or for couples. And that's probably the most expensive because of just the number of people involved.
It pretty much doubles the services in your plan to accommodate a family of more than one individual. But those are an average about $229 a month.
That's great. And you are going nationwide here with this structure, correct?
Yes, we are nationwide from Alaska to Florida. Anyone in the United
Everything and
States
everywhere in between.
can purchase our plan and use it anywhere they want to go. So even if they're away on a vacation and, something, God forbid, happens and they need to see a practitioner, they can see them in the place they're vacationing at.
Are you saying outside of the country or anywhere within the country?
Yeah, anywhere in the United States.
In the United States. Does that include, I know Anne-Marie's going to want to know, Puerto Rico?
Yes, it does.
I do, I have one more question since we're going down. And I know I am definitely going to go to the website and check it all out. However, my mother came to mind because we were talking about some things and she said, well, the reason why I took XYZ is because they have this silver sneaker or whatever plan. And what she was most interested in is being able to go to a gym. Is there any, in this case, I think it's like YMCA or one of those.
Yeah, preventative gym
Yeah,
membership.
currently we tell individuals that most insurance plans, policy coverage does cover a certain amount of gym services per year, usually about in the $150 range. So for us not to compete or step on toes, we decided, hey, why don't we offer a fitness trainer plan? So you can go to your gym, but if you want to do a single therapy plan, which we call the personal exercise trainer plan, you get up to $800 a year to see a personal trainer.
Oh, that's cool.
That's just
We
wonderful.
offer that option.
That's
Yeah.
very good.
So companies could even pick this up for corporate wellness.
Absolutely.
That
And we're on it.
Yes, we're already offering wellness programs for companies. We're actually setting out next week and mailing all our HR departments that we know of.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, we've got more talking to do in the future, I'm sure. Very good. So I think that's all our questions. Anne-Marie, any more questions for them?
Before I let you go, I want to make sure that, and just to recap and make sure that I understood correctly as a consumer. So what I am going to do is I am going to become a member of this plan. There's a monthly fee. Within that monthly fee, you mentioned that there's some other services in there that I would be getting as becoming part of being a member, in addition to having the ability of getting reimbursed for some of the service that I'm going to be doing anyway.
That is correct. You join us for a membership. We supply you with a membership and information of how to process and use your membership, as well as provide you with discounts to special products and services and the complimentary alternative deals. And that is exclusive only to our members. if you go on our website as well, we do have a store where you can see some of those discounts published on our site.
No, I'm really excited about this. For the longest time, I'm very proactive here in St. Petersburg, Florida, within the arts community. And one of the things that I continue to say, and a lot of the people that I work with on a daily basis as well in St. Petersburg is very in tune with holistic healing and doing things holistically. And so sounds like something that definitely goes right along the lines for even our, because I wanted to see a health insurance, maybe even somebody like the Art Alliance or somebody like that to get involved in. So this is very interesting to me. I will go and find out more. I will share the word with other organizations as well and other people. And I'm excited to see this continue to grow and see how we continue to move forward. So thank you. And thank you for sharing it on rhinoonair.com.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And in terms of doing the coverage, setting it up, so do you need the practitioner to intervene in the front end of getting them signed up in some way, or do you just want us to refer them to call you?
It's really done by the consumer. They can go on our website or they can go on our telephone app, and they can sign up for a plan. And once they sign up, they wait for our welcome package. Once they get that, they're free to use the program.
Just so you know, there's about a 2-week delay between the time that you purchase it and the time it becomes activated. That's only because we want to make sure that we get the consumer into the system and that they have all the material in their hands before they start in case they have any questions.
Beautiful. And is there, when they go online, is there basically a filter that allows them to select the specific parts of the plan, and then you come up with the plan that matches what they're looking for?
Absolutely. The website was designed where they can just click into the actual therapy, and it'll give them a choice whether they want the 50% plan or the 80% plan, and it explains what the agreement is behind that one. And then it just goes right to the credit card payment, and they can go ahead and process it and use it.
Sounds really, really good. Really good. You've done good work so far.
Thank you.
More to come, sounds like. So this is great. I'm looking forward to working with you on all this. This is going to be great.
Oh, very much so.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the show today. And
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Thank you, Florida.
We're
All right.
excited.
Enjoy the fall weather coming.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All righty, take care.
And I have to, as your assistant,
You need to hang
yes, there we go.
on. Okay, very good. So
Sorry.
that was a nice overview of a plan that will help everyone more affordably seek care using more natural approaches.
I just checked out the website, and it's a very informative website, very complete. I'm excited. I will continue to go and look it up, but the whole concept and the timing, of course, is perfect, and it's very well needed. So I look forward to sharing the word here in St. Petersburg also for starts. I think this is a great place, as you all know, because you're constantly busy here, because this is what we do. This is how we want to heal. We don't want to mask.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, a lot of times you have to resort to, what you have to go to your doctor. You need, for example, right now, my husband's all out of whack, and he has not gone to a chiropractor because it's just the thought process of, it's not covered and blah, 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 and finding the right one. Where immediately, for me, being able to go to a place where like-minded doctors have joined. See, I think this is a great thing. If I go on there, I'm going to find, and I see doctors that are there, they think it's a great thing. They've joined. Those are the kind of doctors I want to go to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's my thought behind
And
that
you'll
one.
find a path to wellness among them.
Diane,
So-
who were the two people that we were just talking with?
That was Rui and Cora at CamCare.
Okay, and we will put up the podcast, And we will provide additional information in the post where people can go and check out all this information.
Very good. Now, I should also mention that they do have some competition, and we may have a little discussion with some of their competition in the future. However, I think this
They
is a
don't
really
have
good.
competition, they just have some other like-minded that are doing
Yeah.
some
There you
similarities.
go. That's a good way of looking at it. And they work differently, but to my understanding and knowledge at this point, this is the most forward-moving plan structure and the most active. In other words, this is going on. This is happening right now. So we can all jump on board and get going with it and get this coverage for everybody who desires it. So you've been listening to A Path to Wellness on rhinoonair.com, WSPF-DB with a hyphen in between. I'm Dr. Christopher Jackson, PhD, DOM, Florida. My practice is A Path to Wellness, and the website for our practice is www.aptw.net. And you can reach us, if you'd like, on 727-329-9637.
Doc, before you go, I have to give a plug in because I hope
plug.
people realize we will continue to share the word. First of all, Rhino on Air is going on 5 years this October 17th, and 5 years that A Path to Wellness has been on rhinoonair.com, WSPF-DB. And and every Thursday at noon, because it used to be at 10 a.m., we just changed the time, it's at noon, but it's been now for quite some time. It's such a gift that you provide with all the information that you give our listeners. So I really hope, share this word with a friend, share this word, with colleagues that they can listen in. And when if you don't get a chance to listen live, they can go back to the podcast. We are revamping our website again, and all the podcasts will be there. In addition to that, this goes on live on YouTube. So you can, right after the show is over, even though the audio is coming in a little different on the YouTube, it's not the best audio, it's still very what you can hear. It just has a little bit of a tunneling because the mic is all the way over here. But the information is priceless and it's very valuable. So I just want to help, and I want to help you and everybody understand what it is that goes on here once a week. It has changed my life. It has saved my life in many aspects, and I'm not saying this lightly. So once again, thank you so much, Dr. Christopher Jackson, for what you do, because when I see you next week, I think the 17th is already passed. So thank you for having your show on rhinoonair.com for 5 years, sharing this time with me. And I look forward to all that's going to come, because you know what? We're just getting better and better.
There you go.
And that's why I go to Path to Wellness.
It's been a great path for broadcasting and so on and getting the word out. So I appreciate it too, Anne Marie. All right, so we'll talk to you next time.